Here we are today, out on Brisbane Water, going out for a lovely sail, and just got a little breeze springing up now. Wonderful. Yeah, wouldn't be dead for quids, would you? It's taken a few tacks to get around this marker here. This is the northern extremity of, well, actually what's large oyster beds here. So yeah, they do cultured pearls and stuff, and none of that riffraff here. So yeah, we've got the real cultured stuff, and yes, you'd expect that in these pristine conditions. And we're now heading down the channel. I'm going to head down to Woy Woy. You can tell by this marker here, it is at the northern extremity of what it's marking because the cones are pointing up. So it's basically telling you that it's at the northern part of whatever it's trying to tell you is here. And you can see down the channel now we've got red markers on the other side out of sight of the green markers. So these basically are designed for ships coming into a harbour, estuary, what have you. So you keep the red to port because of course port is red. A little red port left in the bottle is a good way to remember that, and I'm sure you're all dying to know that. Anyway, that's where we came from, Koolewong, and off we go on this stunning day. Yeah, just looking back at Gosford here, looks like there's a bit of cloud building up over there, so we'll keep an eye on that. We're expecting sea breezes this afternoon, so we're probably a bit of a moderate easterly going to spring up as we head out, and that should bring us home again. Going on the outgoing tide down the channel too, you can see the green markers now, and Mount Pleasant. Just nice and peaceful out here. And here you can see the oyster beds, they're starting to poke up as the tides are going out. So yeah, definitely don't want to sail through that lot. So, bit of a narrow channel going down, taking us further down towards the sort of Woy Woy area and the Rip Bridge. Well, we've just about made it down the channel to past Mount Pleasant. There's a bit of a wind shadow here, so we're just bobbing around, but the tide's carrying us out. So this is the next part of the channel coming up, Woy Woy, and down to Blackwall Mountain. Here we are, the last red marker of this section of the channel. Got a nice little unspoiled island here, just going past, and there's a tiny channel going into the settlement town suburb of Woy Woy. Yeah, I know you heard me the first time, that's okay. So yeah, very picturesque here. Just got overtaken by two kayaks, but hey, that's okay. I'm relaxing, and yeah, it could be a lot worse things to be doing today. I was looking the other way from the Woy Woy channel. That's up towards the town of Kincumber. So yeah, we've got a beach here called Avoca, so yeah, it's a bit like avo and cucumber really, isn't it? Avocado. And anyway, I digress. But it's just so beautiful and peaceful. And here we are, passing Woy Woy, looking into the narrow channel. It actually goes right round that little island to the right, and actually ends up back where I moor the boat at Koolewong, although I wouldn't take my yacht through there. It's very narrow and constricted. So just drifting along here. And here we are, we're finally drifting to within sight of Rip Bridge, and if you can see them there, you can see the Brisbane Water Air Force becoming airborne. Pelicans basically are starting to find the thermals and beginning their climb up to go wherever they go, coast. I think they're in sight. There we go, majestic animals. So unlike their presence on the ground, which seems so very gawky. So I spy a bit of wind up ahead, so that looks promising. As we're coming around, that's Blackwall Mountain, and yeah, Rip Bridge, there it is. So yeah, I'm actually starting to feel it now. And another, well, we passed under the Rip Bridge, going past Booker Bay. Yeah, I know, Craig, that's your favourite. Yep, settle down. Okay, here's a couple of people here who might have a bob or two by the looks of it. Not a bad spot. Yeah. This is just looking the other way from the people who've got a bob or two. And we're heading up towards Hardy's Bay. So, should make it there before the tide turns. Rip Bridge was interesting. I'll try and video it on the way back. But yeah, always get turned around there because you lose the wind, and it's called the Rip Bridge because there's a rip under it. But yeah, still beautiful out here today. And that's basically looking down the channel. If you follow that channel, you actually end up going out to sea, into Broken Bay, where you can get to Palm Beach, Hawkesbury River, Patonga, and various places like that. So very tricky channel getting out there, so you definitely need a motor. And in case you fell asleep and woke up and wondered where you were, we've arrived in Australia by the looks of it. So yeah, going to plan. That's good. And here we have Hardy's Bay. Tricky to get into, but yeah, bit of a cafe central for the Central Coast here. And here we are heading back. We're about to have a second crack at the Rip Bridge. Winds all over the place because of the hills, and so this could be interesting. I think the tide's turned, so hopefully we'll wash through it anyway. So here goes. Getting closer, a few nice little lifts there. Just looking at the surrounds as we go through Booker Bay. Bit of hardware in there, that's for sure. Getting closer now, and looks like a couple of people have found a nice little posse under the span there. Oh well, why not? And here we go, under the bridge. All those people standing up there. Oh yeah, here we go. Nice little breeze keeping us going through. Brilliant. Yeah, I think these people have got the right idea. Oops, just lost the wind. Living on a bit of a hill above the water, still got the jetties, but if the waters are going to rise, then at least you got it covered, and you can just keep bringing your jetty further up the lawn, I guess. I mean, that's a big problem, and I can that's been keeping me awake at night, but yeah, not so much. Beautiful day. Look at us heading home now. A couple of little clouds in the sky, but yeah, one out of the box. Got a barbecue boat there. I think they're catching something. Whoop. I don't know, seems to be getting pretty excited, although I don't think it's landed it yet, so not a bad idea those. If you can catch a few things, you got dinner on the water. Here we have St Hubert's Island. It's a flat island, a suburb basically, and if you look over there through the channel you can actually see that sloping bridge, and that's the only way in and out of it basically, so yeah, quite interesting. But as you can see, lots of waterfront properties, lots of palms in that one. I'm not counting if there's 29 or not, but there it is. Mount Pleasant in the background. Probably mentioned that once or twice, so that's the way we're headed. And I don't know what the hurry is. Personally, I like to hang around here longer. Well, heading back towards Koolewong. We're now back on the channel that we started in this morning, going past the oyster beds. Tide's now coming in, and the wind's come up too, which is great. Got a lovely little sea breeze now, and taking us home in a fraction of the time that took us to get out there. But that's sailing, and how good is that? There we go, past the red marker, and you can see the wash around the bottom there indicates the tide's coming in, so we've timed it perfectly. Going out on the outgoing tide, coming home on the incoming tide. Love it when that happens. Nothing but the sound of bellbirds, if you can hear them. And an aircraft droning overhead somewhere. I think if you read the book of Life, you'll know that as Hambledon, which is an aircraft droning overhead on a quiet sunny day. I think that's quite apt actually. Anyway, here we go, past the actually I was going to call them mangroves, but shouldn't they be person groves now? I don't know, got to keep up with the times, don't you? Anyway, got plenty of time to ponder this nonsense as we just drift in down the channel. It's just Gosford coming into sight now. You can see the sails on the top of the Iguana Overwater restaurant and some of the monstrosities that they've built now. Monuments to the human infestation, even coming here unfortunately. Be time to move further north soon.